There are moments when you agree to something just to avoid awkwardness, like when work has already drained everything you had and somehow one more quick task shows up at the end of the day, or when you accept an invitation just so people won't say you've disappeared, or when someone asks for help at the worst possible time and you go anyway, even knowing you will get home completely worn out. You show up, you help, you smile, you act like it's fine, but inside, your body feels heavy, your mind's overloaded, and your patience ran out a long time ago. This wasn't what you wanted to do. Still, saying no feels wrong. It feels rude. It feels selfish. It feels like people will label you as difficult, lazy, or uncooperative. So you swallow the discomfort and go along with it, and at the end of the day, the one paying the price is always the same person, you. Every forced yes takes away something valuable. Your energy leaks out, your time slips through your fingers, your peace becomes a bargaining chip, and the cruel part is that this time doesn't come back. Money can be recovered, relationships can be rebuilt, but the time you spend living something you didn't choose is gone forever. There is an old idea that still hits hard today. Living well isn't about accumulating more. It's about protecting what's yours. And what isn't yours? The obligation to keep everyone comfortable, the responsibility to fix other people's chaos, the guilt of being available all the time. When you say yes just because you are afraid of disappointing someone, deep down you are trying to maintain an image. The reliable one, the helpful one, the person who never fails. But that image is expensive, because while you are proving your value to others, you are slowly abandoning your own. And what if, for a moment, you stopped? Not out of cruelty, not out of indifference, but out of respect for yourself. Because sometimes saying no isn't closing doors. It's finally choosing where you want to be. In the end, learning to say no is the beginning of a lighter life. It's you making something clear without fancy speeches. Your peace matters, your time matters, you matter, and that changes everything. Now let's talk plainly. Saying no is uncomfortable. It's like trying to lift a weight you never trained for. You see other people making it look easy, but when it's your turn, your body freezes, your breathing speeds up, your mind panics. That doesn't happen by accident. From early on, you were taught that pleasing others is a virtue, that agreeing makes you accepted, that helping makes you likable. Small moments from childhood turns into patterns. Giving up what's yours, accepting tasks you didn't want, swallowing your will to keep the peace. Over time, it becomes automatic. And then a voice appears in your head, warning you. If you say no, they will pull away, they will judge you, they will exclude you. But that voice isn't wisdom, it's insecurity. It's your ego craving approval. It wants recognition, praise, thank you messages. And while it chases all that, you are the one left exhausted, without time, without focus, always running after a hollow feeling you can't quite explain. Every time you put yourself last to avoid displeasing others, you are making a silent trade, your peace for their opinion, and that trade is almost never worth it. There's an old thought that still holds up. Anyone who can't say no ends up living trapped, because every automatic yes becomes an invisible chain, a silent agreement with expectations that didn't come from you. Little by little, your routine stops being a choice and turns into a reaction to other people's demands. And there's something few people talk about. When someone asks you for something, most of the time they are not thinking about your exhaustion, your schedule, or your limits. They are thinking about their own problem, and that's not wrong. That's how people work. The problem starts when everyone is taking care of themselves, except you. Why are you always the one giving up space? Why does your time become a constant donation? Why is your energy treated like it has no limit? Saying no feels scary because it looks like loss. Like you will damage your image, disappoint someone important, or stop being seen as the nice one. But the real math is different. When you say no, you don't lose, you gain. You gain mental space, you gain breathing room, you gain control over your own life. That tight feeling in your chest before you say no isn't the world judging you. It's your ego panicking, terrified of not being approved, and it doesn't run your life. Picture a regular day, notifications piling up, pressure over something that wasn't even your responsibility, someone unloading their problems as if you were an emotional trash can, and all you want is silence, a warm coffee, and a few minutes without being needed. Now imagine saying, "I can't right now. I won't take this on. I need some time." It sounds like a fantasy, right? But that no works like a pause button, an invisible shield, a boundary that stops the world from running you over. And no one is born knowing how to use it. Saying no takes practice, it takes courage, and it takes believing that your peace is worth more than applause. And relax. Saying no doesn't mean being rude. It's not slamming the door in someone's face. A no can be firm and human at the same time. You can confuse without attacking. You can set limits without starting a war. Simple phrases go a long way. "I can't right now. That doesn't fit my schedule. I will have to pass this time." That's not coldness. That's clarity. When you start protecting your time, something interesting happens. People begin to treat you differently, with more care, with more respect. Because self-respect changes how you are seen. You stop being an open space where anyone can walk in, use what they want, and leave. Starting is easier than it seems. You don't need to become radical overnight. Start by refusing what clearly drains you. Ignore the requests that can wait. Decline the favor that isn't your responsibility. Every well-placed no becomes another brick in the wall that protects your peace. And the more you practice, the lighter it feels. Because saying no isn't pushing people away, it's coming back to yourself. At the core, saying no is an act of care, not for the world, but for you. Every time you refuse something that drains you, you are saying yes to something bigger, your mental health, your time, your autonomy. The real problem is that no one teaches this. This message is always the same. Be available, be useful, handle everything, stay strong. But that's an elegant trap. Saying no doesn't make you cold. It makes you the owner of your own life. It's you deciding what enters your space. It's you choosing where your energy goes and where it doesn't. No to work that exhausts your soul. No to one-sided relationships. No to the inner voice that insists you are never doing enough. Because freedom isn't born from endless concessions. It's born from the limits you have the courage to hold. Look at your routine. There's always something weighing you down. A commitment that turned into an obligation, someone draining your energy, an expectation that was never yours. When you cut that out, something opens up. Maybe it's a quiet night doing nothing. Maybe it's time to rest your mind. Maybe it's just silence. And silence these days is a luxury. And then something strange happens. Nothing collapses. The world keeps spinning. People move on, and you start to feel lighter, almost like you've been given permission to exist without performing, without pretending. Because deep down, saying no isn't about being cold. It's about being aligned. It's about matching what you do with what you feel. It's about living a life that makes sense to you, not a schedule built by everyone else. So start small. One here, another there, decline a favor that isn't your job, drop a guilt that was never yours, and pay attention to how relieving that feels, because your peace is worth more than any yes said out of fear. And let me be clear about something. This isn't about turning you into a bitter or unbearable person. It's not about treating everyone badly. It's about waking up to a simple reality. Not every request comes with good intentions. Some people don't want to help. They want advantage. They want access. They want to step over you. Those people exist and always have. And you don't need to be harsh with the ones who love you to protect yourself from the ones who only shows up when they need something. Helping family, being there for friends, sharing moments, that's part of life. The problem starts when your kindness becomes an invitation for abuse, when your availability turns into obligation, when your good nature becomes weakness in the eyes of those who only think about themselves. Learning to say no is learning to choose who deserves your energy. It's understanding where it's worth being present and where it's healthier to step back. It's not closing your heart, it's using discernment. In the end, saying no isn't rejecting the world, it's stopping the habit of abandoning yourself. If this video resonated with you, leave a like. It helps more than it seems. Comment also goes a long way in supporting the channel and helping this reach more people. YouTube has been changing a lot and creators really feel it. Views still matter and make a real difference for those producing content. So if you can support, I truly appreciate it. Thanks for being here, for listening until the end, and for being part of this. I will see you in the next video.